Hey, Marcus.
How you doing?
Just wondering this summer, like now once it became clear you were going to be here, physically, where do you feel like you're at? How excited are you to show sort of the player that you know that you are, that maybe people didn't get a chance to see as much these last couple of seasons?
Definitely. I'm very excited to be here. I'm very excited to be back on the big stage. These last 2 years for me has been rough, from team to team, and then injuries, compelled me from playing a lot of the time. So really this summer was just, trying to get as healthy as I can. In the game of basketball and in any sports, it's hard to get back to 100%, but you try to get as close as you can. And that's the goal for me. And, it's definitely been a tough road, but being here, the comfort that I have, the way that this organization and the teammates have embraced me is definitely going to help that.
Marcus, hey, Dan Weinke with The Athletic. DeAndre just told us that he thinks this is the biggest opportunity of his career, right? Having been bought out and, going into all of this stuff. I'm curious, for you, kind of how you view this opportunity for yourself to play again on that stage that you mentioned. Do you feel like this is a reset for whatever is next for you in your career?
Definitely. I'm right there with DA. I got bought out as well. So, this is a big year for me and my family. Like I said, those 2 years kind of went under the radar. People probably forgot a little bit, what I can do and what I bring to the table. This year is definitely huge for me, and to be able to bring back to light what I've done my whole career.
Hi, Marcus. Brad Turner from the LA Times. You've mostly been a starter your entire career. Does it matter to you what role you play here with the Lakers?
It does not. I'm here to win. However that means, that's me. Like I've been saying around, that no matter whether I start or come off the bench, my presence will be made.
Tuking to win with the LA. Oh, right here. JJ was just talking earlier this week, last week, about what you need to be in terms of like a defensive presence, a leadership presence. What do you hope to kind of reestablish in terms of those skills and those parts of your game now that you're here in LA?
Definitely. I've talked with JJ and what he expects from me on both ends, but especially that defensive end, and it's everything I've been doing my whole career. It's nothing new. And I remember the first thing he told me was, hey, if we're going to get the Celtics, Marcus Smart, that's who we want. That's who we need. And we need you to be that person and be who you are. So for me, it's just coming out and giving everything I got on this court and leaving it out there every night.
Kobe Price, SoCal News Group. You just mentioned conversations you had with JJ. Just what have been your impressions of JJ as a coach now that you've had a couple of months of being able to talk to him?
First off, it's weird, to go from playing against him, game plan to try to run him off the line and chase him all night and every night to sitting down and him telling me who now, instead of chasing me, this is who you're going to chase. But no, it's definitely been great. JJ, his IQ when it comes to this game as a player, as a coach, is great. And we're all still learning. He's not perfect, but he strives every day to be, and that's only going to help us.
Marcus, you can defend multiple positions, and over the last couple of years, you've tended to defend up a little bit more. Do you have a preference on defending up or down, or does it matter to you? And with those conversations with JJ, what has been the vision in terms of your defensive role positionally?
No, there's not one thing that I prefer. Every night is going to be different. Every night is going to cause for a new challenge. And sometimes I might have to guard the smaller guards, and sometimes I might have to guard the bigger wings. That's just what it is. And with JJ, he fully understands my versatility, and he wants me to use my versatility to help this team.
Marcus, you've played against LeBron for so many years in so many situations. What stands out when you think about LeBron as a competitor, and what does it mean now to be his teammate finally?
Wow, definitely. Being a competitor, he's at the highest of the highs when it comes to it. We know the player he is. We know how great his mind is when it comes to this game. And having an opportunity to play against him, it feels good to be on his side now and not having him game plan against us. And so I'm looking forward to that, and we're going to have some fun.
Marcus, just your thoughts on the entirety of the roster, having Luka, Austin Reeves, LeBron, all these guys, the addition of DeAndre, and just what do you make of the makeup of the team in the West?
I love it. We got a lot of guys that can do a lot of things in a lot of special ways. We got some talented guys on this roster. Even the guys we didn't mention. The depth that we have, and like I said, the hunger that this team has. Got a lot of guys, working for something. And everybody's working for one goal, but we're all working individually for our stuff, for our families, and to go out there and be the best that we can be so we can help this team.
Marcus, a follow-up quickly. Well, what's the onboarding process like when you join a team that has these big-time expectations? Memphis was in a similar situation. Do you dive into film? Do you watch Did you watch like a bunch of like Luka, Lakers, like stuff like that? And I'm curious kind of what your sort of initial impressions were.
Definitely. As a professional in your profession, you definitely need to do your homework. So for me, having these times of playing against Luka and watching him, I definitely go back and watch those games and just try to figure out, what can I do to make his job easier, and help this team and try my best. It's new, so you do have to dive right into it. You can't be on the other side trying to tiptoe in because you will get left behind.
Marcus, Minor Castillo desde la cancha, right here. Which one is going to be your role on offense this season with the Lakers?
That have not been discussed, but I believe my role is going to be, just as it is on the defensive. Everything that I bring, my skill set to help this team, whether that's, scoring, whether that's creating, and playmaking and doing all the little things. Thank you, guys.